record this for Sam. All right, so we got two limits here to practice on. The limit as t approaches this function here, 1 over t minus 1 over t squared plus 1. You can't plug in 0 because it's undefined. So first thing I would do is factor. And if you don't factor first, you end up with a disaster. All right? Because then you say, I don't want to deal with two terms. Almost always with limits, we want to deal with one. So we get a common denominator, which I'll do in a different color, and do it right here. And then I can make this into one limit here, and write limit as t approaches 0, of t plus 1 minus 1 over t times t plus 1. At this point, I still can't plug in until I cancel the 1's in the numerator. And I notice then that I have one term on top, one term on bottom with two factors. And then I can say, hey, this is 1. And this is gone, and we're going to pause the video. All right. So we do all this cancellation here, and this limit becomes, if you plug in 0, 1 over 1 is 1. Now, again, everybody, what's that? I can't stress enough, if you don't see this, we order a homecoming crown. I have no idea why that pasted there. If you do a table, this will give you the same value. If you plug in this function and build around 0, you'll see that it approaches 1 from both sides, okay? But I'd rather see us do the algebra. On the next one, you should say to yourself, I know when I see this type of function, a plus h minus f of a. You guys see it? It's just like the function we had yesterday. So this probably exists. And like yesterday, it had to start here, in my opinion, because I can't handle negative exponents. I will find a common denominator. No, it doesn't matter. I just kept the same. And I would write this out next. Now, everybody, be careful. At this point, I always do the same trick. I take the h off the bottom and put it here. And save my... I could have. Well, I suppose. But I'd like to show it as a ICP. Yeah. Now, the 2's cancel, and you're left with negative h. The h's will cancel, and I'll write the limit then, after all the cancellations, is negative 1 over 2 times 2 plus h. Plug in 0, negative 1/4. And that is just a couple of limits to practice on, all right? So that answer is negative 1/4. And if I go back up, I would probably go back up and write the blue with the negative 1/4. Both exist. You can find them on your calculator, but we want to do it algebraically. Everybody feel moderately comfortable with that? It'll be in the homework next week for practice.